That is on. I tell you. What kind of world are we living in when man's got to prove he's organic? As you can see, I am flesh and bone, and I speak with a weird cadence, and I kind of sound like the Peggy 18 guy. You get used to it. Randy Pitchford is the president at Gearbox Studios, who's overseeing the release of Borderlands 4. That's a highly anticipated follow-up and one of the most beloved looter-shooter franchises. Randy's also a reminder that it's better for executives to remain not seen and not heard. Or does it really matter at this AAA level? For context, on May 13, Randy tweeted out his excitement that Borderlands 4 would be available on the Nintendo Switch 2. Someone replied at him saying, "Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80 and feed this notion of constant increase of the price tag. You are the CEO. You have some say with the price when it comes to your publisher." Randy replies, "Not my call." And, "If you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was out of high school, working a minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen." Grandpa Pitchford is giving the old back in my day spiel. Fat load of good your $80 did for Sega's hardware ambitions, Randy. Now, invoking a gamer purity test is maybe the most tone-deaf comment I've heard from an executive in recent memory. And there is stiff competition. Randy's real fan comment easily overtakes Mike Ybarra's offhand remark about wanting to tip in video games, because nothing quite says real gamer hours like gratuity. This also dethrones Yves Guillemot, who called Skull and Bones a quadruple A game because it took 10 years and $200 million to produce. He also said people will really see how vast and complete that game is. Who says that about a video game? Vast and complete. This is the most finished game you've ever seen. Spoiler alert, it was neither vast nor complete. Reckless Randy might even make it into the Hall of Fame of head-ass comments alongside Bobby Kotick's comment. The goal that I had in bringing a lot of the packaged goods folk into Activision about 10 years ago was to take all the fun out of making video games. But Kotick is retired, so Randy, the golden clown nose is yours. Now, Randy's comment did make the rounds on gaming outlets, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube. Relatively speaking, I'm possibly the slowest reactionary out there. And that's because I was held back by this one thought. Will Randy's online shenanigans impact Borderlands 4 in any discernible way? I'm not sure. I'm leaning towards no. Because let's be real for a second. What do the vast majority of gamers look for when buying games? First and foremost, is it fun? Gameplay, graphics, writing, can I play it with my friends? I don't think "is the CEO a dickhead" really ranks very high on that list, and honestly, why should it be? Buying Borderlands was an endorsement of a rootin' tootin', goblin lootin' good time, not an endorsement of Randy Pitchford. If that were true, Gearbox never would have been able to sell a game after Randy's 2018 controversy with the Medieval Times USB, or his 2019 controversy when the voice actor for Claptrap accused him of assault. Did Blizzard fall apart when they were being investigated for workplace misconduct? Did Bethesda fall apart after Mick Gordon's accusations? Did CD Projekt Red fall apart after the crunch? No, because they still made games people like. Sure, Bungie's in a weird spot right now, but it's not because they stole art, it's because people are unhappy with Destiny, and Marathon sucked. The worst thing you can do in this industry is make a bad game. Actually, hold on. Worst thing you can do in this industry is not make money, and maybe that's what's got Randy so on edge. He said the budget for Borderlands 4 is double the budget for Borderlands 3, which was reported in 2020 to be about $140 million, and it struggled. The CEO of the parent company said the game sold well and expected the lifetime unit sales to be an all-time record for the series, but it cost them too much to make it. And this was during the pandemic when consumers were spending more on video games. Another thing to consider is that this was 5 years ago. There weren't nearly as many games competing for people's time and money. So, Borderlands 4 is launching, keep all this in mind, with around a $300 million budget, with more competition in the market than there was in 2025, while we're experiencing what some may call a cost of living crisis, and there are tariffs floating around somewhere, and games in general might be getting a price hike. And that's before we even get to the subjective matters. Personally, I didn't dislike the Borderlands 4 trailers, but I think this is the least excited I've been to play a Borderlands game. And that's before Randy Pitchford had anything to say about it. If the game flops though, you bet people are gonna point the finger at Randy and play him a song on the world's tiniest violin.